Now we're off to Ireland, where the policemen are called... Guards. Garda, exactly. Now, did you hear about the Irish policeman who tried to arrest a Polish driving licence?
No.
Do you know the story? You do.
Well, I
you
sort
might.
of know. I sort of... It was... Someone was done for speeding or something.
Yeah.
Is that right? In lots of different parts of Ireland.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He had 50 offences against him. He was fast becoming the most wanted motorist in Ireland. Bravo Yazda. He's a master criminal because he had different driving licences that had different addresses on. So this Bravo Yazd had all these.
Goodness knows what he was up to, apart from the driving offences.
Exactly. That was what everyone was puzzled by. They really wanted him. But it turned out one Garda member said, I think, I may be wrong, but Bravo Yazd is the Polish for driving licence. And red faces all round at Garda headquarters. There it is, Bravo Yazd. The fact they said permis de conduire above it might have been a hint, but no, we
are they still looking for his brother, Redzets Polita Polska?
But on the subject of driving licence, guess who had the first driving licence in the world?
The Queen.
No, oddly enough, you couldn't be wrongerer, because the Queen has...
No driving
licence. She's the only person in Britain who doesn't have a driving licence, yet who drives.
She...
Or who... I mean, there may be illegal ones, obviously. The only one who legally has no need for a driving licence.
So what does she show them at Blockbusters to prove her address now?
A £20 note. That would do it. Yeah. Well, no, but the first ever driving licence, not surprisingly perhaps, who invented the motor car?
Mr. Benz.
Mr. Benz, Carl Benz. Carl Benz as in Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, exactly.
He just made one for himself.
Well, no, the citizens of Man...
I need a licence. So I joined this machine. I need a licence to drive. Now I can drive.
Driving licence number 1.
0001.
I bet the first thing he did when he got on the road was stop the next bloke and go, there's your licence.
Oh, dear.
I will issue it as a licence. It's 5 marks. 0002. Good day, too. Where's your licence? I will issue it with a licence. 5 marks. 0003.
I don't know, he kept making the cars.
Yeah, he's so busy. The authorising body was called the Dampfkessel-Überwachungsverein, which means the Steam Boiler Supervision Association, which granted the first licences, in the mandatory ones in Prussia.
The SSA.
Yeah. Until the 14th of May, 2002, women in Lithuania...
He was still doing it. 1 billion!
5 euros.
Where's your licence?
No, in Lithuania in that year, women had to undergo a certain test in order to get a licence. What do you think that test was?
In where? Lithuania?
It's Lithuania, yes.
Smear test?
Well, yes, a gynecological examination.
Joking.
No. I don't know. There was one man who ran the entire office. He may... It's rather bizarre. The Chinese have multiple choice driving test questions, 100 of them. One of them includes is, if you come across a road accident victim whose intestines are lying on the road, should you pick them up and push them back in? Is the answer yes or no?
I should think you don't push them back in.
You don't, you're right. You would not get your licence.
I'm not a doctor.
Yes. No.
You know that weird thing in the Cultural Revolution in China, whereby traffic lights, you know, here are green for go and red for stop.
Yeah.
But they thought during the Cultural Revolution that that was incorrect and that red should mean go, because, you know, sort of culturally, communism and all the rest of it.
Oh, right.
But they failed to change all the traffic lights. So some traffic lights green was go and some red was go, and they just had thousands of accidents. And then they had to sort of change it back.
Wow. Hence the probability of there being intestines lying on the road.
Yeah.
So
Probably where it came from in the first place.
It's a practical
No, they're not
question.
actually green, though, are they? They're kind of blue.
Yes, they can be, can't they?
Because red and green is a very, very common colour blindness. So when they first did red and green, it was a disaster for some people. Just carried straight on.
Yeah, and because they couldn't tell which light, whether it was the top or the bottom.
No, they could. So the green.
If I see a black and white film, I can tell which light's on, can't you?
Yes, but not in the dark, Stephen. Sometimes you
you're right.
are relying on the colour. Let's face it. Usually.
You're right. I'm sorry. That's fair.
Can we not argue, because that is what the terrorists want.
Yeah. You're right. Thank you, voice of sanity.
But I did hear a character in a film once say, "Don't look at the lights never hit anyone." So that's quite a good motto for driving.
It is.
This is what I will use. Not to look at the lights. The lights never hit anyone.
Ausgezeichnet.